Okay, so this guy leaked all the Pokemon, rest of the Pokemon Sword Shield. So he leaked that there are 45 other Pokemon, 45 species of Pokemon have been leaked. Beyond the known count of the Galadex, there are 45 other species that have stats and models explained. So, and of course, moves like Pursuit, Return, Frustration, and Power have been removed. Um, Move that can be used. Remember, this move is forgotten. Once forgotten, this move can't be remembered. So, moves are not even being removed from Pokemon Sword and Shield. This proves that this game is becoming a disaster. Okay, they've been removing moves that have been staples for the games. Okay, and then we have the Pokemon Sword and Shield 4 and stat info. So these are the weak Pokemon, probably for events. Okay, so these are the Pokemon that have been leaked for like events and stuff. Because I know they're gonna pull out events for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Don't doubt they won't. Okay, so here's the leaked Pokemon for and stat info. 45 Pokemon, probably event Pokemon. Okay, they're probably distributed by events. Okay, so the other two starters, the yep, Mew that has always been confirmed because of Pokeball Plus. Okay, Mewtwo that will probably be an event. Wouldn't be surprising. Celebi, Zoology, those are typical event Pokemon. The Swords of Justice, which means there'll probably be a Swords of Justice event for the game. Zekrom, Kilim, and Reshiram, so it'll probably be a huge Gen 5 event as well. Then Gen 5 starters, there'll probably be an event for that as well. The Gen 5 legendaries, Solgeo, Lunara, okay, and Marcel, there'll probably be an event for Marcel Zero, and yes, Meltan fans, you guys get Meltan, okay? I hate Meltan, okay? I think it's the most boring, most, weird Pokemon design until Sword and Steel came out with the, I think that weird bug Pokemon's even worse than Meltan, but and those weird dragons. Okay, I thought with Meltan was the beginning of really bad Pokemon designs, really just awful, weird, strange, foreign Pokemon designs. Okay, you know, I'm still not excited for these games. Okay, and we don't know if this will be true. 45 species that have stats and models, which explains the Melmetal, Slay, Control, Lower Size, and some legendaries. Um, Receive all the entries for disputes outside 445 includes potential difficult event, which means there will be but Nintendo, no, not Nintendo, Game Freak, these Pokemon will not be available to be caught within the games. Okay, we all know how Nintendo and Game Freak are. Okay, Game Freak's gonna probably make so you can't transfer these Pokemon at all. Okay, and they get until the event comes out. Okay, oh now I can have this Pokemon here. Okay, and of course, there's snapped moves in Pokemon. Yeah. So these are all the moves. So these are a lot of, very, very um moves. These are all the moves. Some of these moves are understandable, but like for example, C moves of all of them have been removed. We don't have to talk about Z moves. Okay. But all the Z moves have been removed, but a lot of non-Z moves are Iron Dissolve, Rotator, Steamroll, Hot Stamp, Bestow, Sky Swap. Bestow, that's understandable. That move was terrible. Okay, Bestow, that's not a miss. Synchronize, that's not a miss. Telekinesis, that's not a miss. But some of these are actually pretty great moves. Okay, Trump card. I understand. I know. We all know that was removed because of Orange Man Bad. Okay, they hate Donald Trump. Okay, they said, "Oh look, the name Trump is in it. Trump's president of America, so we have to remove a move called Trump card because Orange Man Bad." Okay, you know, and then of course, so a lot of good moves have been removed for some reason. Okay, so Pokemon Sword and Shield is becoming more and more disaster. Okay, it still doesn't excuse the cost of a Skarmory being removed, okay? And of course, these foreign stat info thing, okay? This is probably event Pokemon, okay? These are probably not Pokemon you can obtain in the game, okay? Um, Yohan also isn't Sword and Shield. Um, know what? Those weeks are fake. Either that means that these Pokemon could be only tamed through events, which the week had no access to. So these Pokemon will probably be in the game, as you know, or the pilot, because for example, a lot of Smash Bros got that in mind as well, and all the characters have been supposedly been leaked. And sometimes that has turned out to be false, okay, but the Gyaradex, those are the only ones to be able to get, and of course, all of these ones, our event Pokemon, they're not gonna be, and that means all the other Pokemon will be removed. Max Species ID in the code, and then there are 2 mythicals in the future DLC. So yes, and of course Game Freak says, "Oh, we're still not going to include all the Pokemon in the future because we're so lazy as a company. Okay, we can't. It's like the models always don't exist on the 3DS for all the Pokemon, especially the high power account for a 3DS game. Okay, you know." And postal stats and evolutions of Bulbasaur. Okay, so do they have one for the new Pokemon? So Ponyta, I want to see the base stats for the new Pokemon. So they probably have a National Dex order. So yeah, they have a National Dex order because yeah, it goes from Meltan and Melmetal, which sadly are in the game. We don't know if this. The thing is, this week we don't know if they will be we don't know if these are gonna be event Pokemon that are gonna be hanging out for events because it's pretty much likely that they'll be event Pokemon. Okay. You won't be able to get them through, transferring because they said only the Gyaradex, which excludes event Pokemon. They're probably planning for events, so the models are already in the game, but you can't really get them. Okay, so Grookey's stats they're pretty okay. So basically, the Grookey line is an attacker, I think, yeah. And of course they have the generic. I was told the style that didn't have the move Ogro, and of course the um Score Bunny speed, and of course, special and speed, of course, is for Inteleon. The big songest Pokemon, he has a base stat HP really high. And of course, Corviknight will be a defensive and attackive, kind of a defensive Pokemon. Corviknight is still inferior to Skarmory in terms of stats wise. Okay, Skarmory has a tank as terms of defense. Okay, if you look at Skarmory, okay. Yeah, I think it's even worse than Skarmory's stats. So Skarmory will always be better stats wise, okay? It has better defense. Skarmory has pretty low special, so Skarmory has worse total stats, but Skarmory is much better because Skarmory is a defensive Pokemon, but Corviknight is all more well-rounded, and it's actually pretty great for a bird Pokemon, but I like both of them, so we have the really ugly, scientist bug, has so this scientist bug is just as bad as Sunkern. I just noticed this. It's just as bad as Sunkern. This scientist bug, that looks ugly. Okay, it's 2 evolutions. Okay, um, it looks like it's like a defensive Pokemon. Okay, Nicklet. That's a real Pokemon. That's a little Pokemon name I came up with. Nicklet, or it was called Nicklet, or something like that. Trivial. Doors a few of these ugly plant things, okay. They're probably not gonna be used for anything. They're not gonna be that great. Okay, but I don't know what Beta Ball is supposed to be, but I think it's supposed to be no, I think that's something else. That's supposed to be like the squirrel thing. Um, Wowu, Dublo is a defensive Pokemon because it's a Seep. Obviously Tuto, is attack. Um, Yamper is more of speed. Woolly is, more of a defensive and HP tank overall. Applin is different, but is Appleton is HP and Apple is attack. Because this is a special attack. Cause Silly Cobra is a defensive Pokemon, unsurprisingly and physical. Cormorant must be a special attacker, a mixed attacker basically. And it's basically special defense and speed. It's an average Pokemon. Cramorant is a average Pokemon basically. Elicoda is a speed. Toxel. I can go over all of these. These are all the new Pokemon. So these Pokemon. Meltan is officially confirmed for Pokemon Sword and Shield. So I was saying that was weird for Game Freak to cut Meltan out of the Pokédex. It was pretty weird. Okay. Why would they cut out Pokemon that they promoted so much in these games? Okay. Why would they promote a Pokemon like Meltan so much? Okay. Um. Yeah. But we have a Pokemon just as bad as Sunkern. So Sunkern I think was cut, but the weird ugly scientist bug is just as bad as Sunkern. Okay, it's just as bad as Sunkern. So we have a Pokemon just as bad as Sunkern in Pokemon stat wise. Okay, I don't like the design either, but I think it'll be probably on the list of Pokemon's least favorite Pokemon just because of its stat total. Because you look at its stat total, that's the scientist bug Pokemon. Okay. It looks like it has those glasses, okay? People hate that. People are gonna hate that Pokemon just because of the stat total being just as bad as Sunkern. Well, that's basically a Pokemon Sword and Shield, okay? Goodbye.